Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Garadhara, Shri Vasari, Shri Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So yesterday, well, at least from where I'm speaking, which is Vila Govinda Ashram in Italy, yesterday was Balaram's appearance day, and so the day very much full here with discussion, reading, talks, hearing about Baladev, Balaram, and about Nityananda, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda and Balaram, non-different, Nityananda in Mahaprabhu's Leela, Balaram in Krishna's Leela. Balaram is the creator of the whole of the spiritual realm, and even small things like the fan and the bedstead, they are manifestations of Lord Balaram. And Nityananda Prabhu is non-different from that Balaram, and that Balaram creates not only the immediate necessities for the Lord's Leela, but he also creates the universes in the form of his expansions, expanding into the quadruple expansions, those quadruple expansions expanding into further quadruple expansions. And this way the worlds, the universes are created from Karanda Dakshai Vishnu, Kshira Dakshai Vishnu, and then and Garbha Dakshai Vishnu and Kshira Dakshai Vishnu in that way. So the universes are created, the Lord arrives inside every universe and then lies on that ocean, the half filled with water. The Lord fills the universe half full with water, lies there. And then the living entities are then created and the Lord enters the heart of every living entity. That means you and I, so we have the Lord in our heart. The origin of ego also is understood to be Lord Balaram. But today we have just a short reading or short time together. So today we're going to read something to remind ourselves of the wonder of Krishna's planes of his own pastimes in the highest realm, Vaikuntha in general and Goloka as the very highest place of Vaikuntha, Goloka being the place of the full and loving attraction of the devotees of the Lord to the Lord himself. But everything there is made possible by the stage, like in a theatre, the stage in a theatre, the stage for the Lord's pastimes, for Krishna's pastimes. Balaram is arranging all of this himself through Yogamaya, the play arranging the, not illusion, but the environment, the conscious environment of the upper world. So Yogamaya is arranging so many things. Balaram and Yogamaya are inseparable, and hence today we're going to read from Brahma Samhita. And sometimes we assume devotees are familiar with the descriptions of Goloka Vrindavan, descriptions of Navadip, descriptions of the Panchatattva. And sometimes in discussion with devotees we realize everyone's not necessarily so familiar with the Brahma Samhita and the descriptions which are there. And so whether you are familiar or whether not, we're going to chant a little bit from Brahma Samhita today, because it is for us eternally. Like Bhagavad Gita, we can always read Bhagavad Gita. And Brahma Samhita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this from South India, and with the description that this is my conception, but here it is already presented in black and white in the Brahma Samhita. So very special. So today, Brahma Samhita ki jai, Lord Brahma ki jai, and of course our masters, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Raka Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, and Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, with our heads at their feet and the feet of my grandfather Guru. Many of our grandfather Guru means Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, and our Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga. So the first verse of chapter 5, which we're reading from, which is existing today, chapter 5 of Brahma Samhita, is Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda Savakarana Karanam. And the translation given is, Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful, spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. Hare Krishna. So there's the beginning. So let's, from the beginning, setting straight. Who is Krishna? He's not one of us, though he appears as one of us in the sense of 2 arms, 2 legs, very relatable to, in this way, in the form of, he made man in his own form. So we get a little hint there. All right, then we're going to come to the Govindam Adi Purusham verses. So verse 29 is the first of those. Chintamani prakarasad mashukalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhi abhipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham tam aham bhajami. So very familiar to many devotees. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, kalpavrikshas, wish-fulfilling trees, and always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis, or Gopis. Lakshmis, Lakshmi Narayan, and the Gopis are with Krishna. Next verse, Venam kvanantam aravinda dalaya taksham bhavatang samasitam buddha sundarangam kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindam Adi Purusham tam aham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head bedecked with peacock's feather, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. Hare Krishna. So all descriptions of the environment of the Lord and his environment and his decorations, so many things. And continuing with Alola Chandra Kalasad Vanamalya Vangshi Ratnangadang Pranaya Kelli Kala Vilasam Shyamang Tribangala Litang Niyata Prakasham Govindam Adi Purusham Tammahang Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, around whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with the moon locket, and Krishna, Govinda, whose 2 hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful 3-fold bending form of Shyama Sundar is eternally manifest. And next verse, and I am reading this from the Veda base. We have also our translations in our edition, the edition of Brahma Samhita published from the temple, from Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math. But I am reading these from the Veda base just now. Okay, so next verse is 32. More descriptions of Krishna and his paraphernalia. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chirang jaganti ananda chinmaya sad ujvala vigrahasya govindam adi purusham tammahang bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. Advaitam achyutam anadim anantarupam adyang purana purushang navayovanam cha vedeshu durlabam adurlabam atma bhaktau govindam adi purusham tammahang bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure, unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. Hare Krishna. Devotional service. The Vedas declare, and we hear this from Srila Guru Maharaj, focused and explained by Srila Guru Maharaj. We're given the focus that the Vedas are showing us the direction of Krishna. But Krishna is obtainable only by pure, unalloyed devotion of the soul, of the individuals. Hare Krishna. And maybe one more verse here in this series. And that is the verse. Eko pyasau rachayetam jagad andakotim yachchaktirasti jagad andachaya yarantaha andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam govindam adipurusham tam aham bhajami. He, Krishna, is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore. So we've read up to here, which is up to text 35. And if we come to text 56, we'll get the summary of what is Goloka Vrindavan, the land where Govinda Krishna lives. And all of this, remember, all of this is manifested, all the pastime play, the stage is of his pastimes is manifested through Baladev and through Baladev's energies. Krishna expands himself, makes another form of him, Baladev, and makes another form of him to make all the management for his Leela, his pastimes. And Krishna's duty, Krishna, he is the supreme enjoyer. And Baladev supplying that environment of enjoyment for the Lord. So text 56, all are wonderful texts, and this one a great, great treasure. Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpa Tarabo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Ganamayi Toyam Amritam Kata Ganam Natyam Gamanam Apivangsi Priya Saki Chidanandam Jyoti Param Apitad Aswadyam Apicha Sajatra Kshirabdi Shravati Surabi Vyascha Sumahan Nimeshad Bhakyo Vavrajati Nahiyatrapi Sammayaha Bhaje Shvetadipam Tammaham Iha Golokam Itiyam Vidantaste Shantakshiti Virala Charaha Katipaye. Wonderful verse. There's one verse, by the way, and that verse translation here given as I worship that transcendental seat known as Shvetadip, where as loving consorts the Lakshmis in their unalloyed spiritual essence practice the amorous service of the Supreme Lord Krishna as their only lover, where every tree is a transcendental desire tree, where the soil is the desire gem, Chintamani. All water is nectar, every word is a song, every gate is a dance, the flute is the favorite attendant, effulgence is full of transcendental bliss, and the supreme spiritual entities are all enjoyable and tasty, where numberless, innumerable, milk cows, surabhi cows, giving unlimited milk, always emit transcendental oceans of milk, where there is eternal existence of transcendental time, who is ever present and without past or future, and hence is not subject to the quality of passing away for even the space of half a moment. That realm is known as Goloka only to a very few self-realized souls in this world. So Brahma Samhita, a wonderful companion for the devotees who are in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who have been introduced to the Krishna conception of love and beauty, introduced to Goloka, the land of Krishna's pastimes, and all this by the grace of Balaram as Nityananda, coming to distribute Mahaprabhu, who is distributing Krishna and Goloka Vrindavan. So some reflections of the wonder of Krishna and his abode, super wonder of Krishna and his abode, and of the manager of all that abode, that creation, Lord Balaram, today. So reading from Brahma Samhita and remembering our gurus, our Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, frequent quotes from Brahma Samhita and expression that Brahma Samhita, it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's conception, in a very short way, condensed. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is distributing that land, Krishna himself, coming to distribute what is Krishna consciousness, distribute the method of reaching Krishna. And Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada are coming to show us that message and distribute that message and that connection. So a wonderful time in Kali Yuga, as we repeatedly point out, that we have all this guidance, we have this connection available, and we just have to try to be good students to follow the guidance of the best ever masters. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai, Aushi Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, and Sri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.